What's happening, YouTube? Bones98, and we're gonna be doing a playthrough of Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition for PC. And I'm just gonna call this playthrough, or let's play, Das ist mein Souls Prepare Your Anus Edition. And basically, I will be playing this game, beating it on New Game and New Game Plus. Meanwhile, we wait for Dark Souls 2 to come out for PC. Really excited for it. I decided not to get it for the PlayStation 3 simply because of the fact that although the visuals on the PlayStation 3 version and Xbox version look absolutely amazing, I want to save myself a little bit of money because I already purchased the PlayStation 3 version of Dark Souls, bought the DLC after it came out, and here I am. And about a week ago I got the Prepare to Die edition for PC. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little bit more wise with my money. So I'm gonna wait for the PlayStation. I'm sorry, for the computer version of Dark Souls 2 to come out. Now here, I'm just trying to get the large flame ember, simply because of the fact that I'll be getting a Katana later on, and I want to ascend to plus 10. I think it's the maximum plus 10 for flame weapons. Hopefully everything goes well. Oops. So yeah, speaking of Dark Souls 2, one of the things I noticed with a lot of the playthroughs is I was watching Epic Name Bro and Vati Vidya's videos, and one of the things I noticed, and some of the difference I noticed between, actually not one of the things, but I would say some of the things that I noticed in regards to the difference between Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 is the world, the environments. The environments here in Dark Souls 2 create a sense of despair. It's also got a very ominous vibe, very dark. Whereas Dark Souls 2, it's like, it's got a little bit of that ominous vibe to it, but sometimes you start to think that maybe there's a bit too light, you know? Whereas Dark Souls, mostly you're surrounded by darkness. It's just dark walls, dark halls. You know, these freaking creatures look absolutely insane. You know, they're a bunch of demons. The majority of them. But one of the, most of the characters or people that you fight in Dark Souls 2, like the bosses, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're more humanoid than demon. Or I guess maybe they are demons, they look demons, but they look like demons. They don't have any exaggerated blood like those fire demons. The Taurus demon, or the Capra demon. Exaggerated, but like insanely disgusting and like really scary design, especially with how enormous they are. It's like, oh, it's so scary. It's so underpowered compared to even Monos. Oh god, Monos. So I mean, but these are my first impressions, and I don't have the game, and I'm only going by what I see. Plus, I don't want to spoil too much for myself, so probably not gonna be watching all their playthroughs. I'm just going to be watching their reviews. But other than that, it looks like a really good game, and I'm really surprised that the PlayStation 3 was able to handle that much, detail and shadow and light, especially in the tiny little nexus called Chula. It happens to be one of the most visually impressive areas ever, in my opinion. That asshole. Third time's a charm, though. I know I'm gonna kick his ass. If not, I swear to God, I'm gonna pour alcohol down my ass crack and light myself on fire. And I won't put out the flames for 5 minutes. So it's basically like either I'm able to withstand that or die. I'm being incinerated alive. I guess it's the most sadistic thing ever. And it kind of goes along with the theme of Dark Souls. It's like you need to be one sadistic mofo in order to enjoy this game. You know. I'm gonna light myself on fire. Oh, okay, good. He's gonna. Okay, that was fucking pathetic. Come on. Let's go. Stop messing around. Let's go. Get him. Just not doing. Okay. Keep doing that. Please. That's one of the things I hate about the lock-on feature is the mobility and moving around, maneuverability can be a pain sometimes because you're trying to move away and instead you end up sidestepping. I forget to click on my joystick. Looks like I'm not going to be setting myself on fire. Plus the last thing I want is my house smelling like burnt ass. Ugh. Demon's Catalyst. I have no use for that because I don't do any sorcery, I don't do any miracles, just pyromancy and strength. All I do is level up my strength, endurance, and dexterity. Strength and dexterity simply because of the fact that my weapons scale to dex. And most of the time I just two-hand attack. I hardly even use my shield, but it will come in handy when I get to New Londo Ruins. Oh, and speaking of New Londo Ruins and Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 level design, one of the things I noticed is the worlds in Dark Souls, or the levels or areas, they're so well connected. They flow well together. I mean, you go to Sense Fortress and you can see the Darkroot Forest, you know, or you're on Darkroot Forest and you can see Sense Fortress and you can see Undead Burg. You're at the Tomb of the Giants, you can see Ash Lake and you can see Lost Izalith. You know, what else? When you're in Blighttown, you can see Firelink Shrine. So you can see the area where Firelink Shrine is supposed to be. And the fact that, you know, the depths take you to Blighttown. You know? It's like you have that whole sewer area, only to find out as soon as you go down through the ducts, there's a place where all that sewage goes, and that's Blighttown. Got a very dark vibe to it. It's like, it's disgusting, you know. It's like, you know, if you're going from Undead Burg to the depths and then Blighttown, it's like, oh my god, it gets even more disgusting as you just continue on with the game, depending on if you go that route, you know. But there's a little bit of sanctuary in Blighttown, and that's when you climb up the trees and then you climb down the trees and get to Ash Lake. The music And Ash Lake is absolutely amazing, and it's such a calming place. It's got that beach vibe to it. What you think is what you think are the sands are actually ashes covering the land. So it's not beach sand, by the way, but it's got that beach vibe to it. This chosen undead guy wants to have a little bit of margaritas. But going back to the playthrough, so for those wondering why I, went to clear, Quaylog's domain and then back down over here to fight the Centipede Demon, I just want to unlock that area in case the Centipede Demon becomes a bit too tough for me. I'd like to have 10 SS flasks, and I figured the more SS flasks I have, considering I only have a +1 SS flask, would sure help me. But to be honest, the smartest thing to do is have a +3 or +4 rather than this weak +1. But I just haven't been able to find any Firekeeper souls, and if I do want Firekeeper souls, I would have to kill Quaylog's sister, and I don't want to do that. I feel very bad for her. And well, there's a Firekeeper over there in Anarlon. I'm debating it, but I'll see if I can get as much done as I can. If I can get as much as I can done in Anarlondo, I will kill that Firekeeper, and I will take her soul and reinforce my essence. Oh, look at that waffle right there. It's so disgusting. God, I just want to take a bottle raid and spray it on my, bottle raid and spray it on my monitor. Just kill it. I think the raid isn't the raid mascot, kind of look like my character in a way. Am I just, or is this just my brain farting out like that? So far I'm getting my ass kicked. Come on now. Come on. Cheap as hell, and I don't mean by price, I mean by difficulty. Sometimes this shit can be super cheap. But I guess it's fair. Yeah. I heard that Dark Souls 2 is freaking cheap. There are times where you think like you legitimately dodge the attacks, and there's this just big, hitbox. Look, there's no way the enemy would have attacked you, And so I heard Dark Souls 2 can be freaking cheap, but I also heard that it can also be pretty freaking easy if you do the exploring and you start to see, you start taking advantage of the environment. I guess the same thing with this game, especially when you have the Ceaseless Discharge. So I couldn't get him to fall down. Yeah. And I couldn't get him to fall off the ledge, to fall off in the hole and, have him grab onto the edge, just go full retard on his arm. I couldn't get him to do that. Instead, I had to wait until he would slam his arm on the ground and run and basically attack him, and then wait for him to attack again. Leave, he'll leave a little window, I guess like a 3 or 4 second window for him to attack him, and then he'll just continue repeating that. I'm just gotta wait for this guy to come here. I'm so tired of trying to come on that. Now, this guy is easy. All you have to do is nice slow. And I mean by my character. Okay. Maybe it's not so slow. ton of damage. Okay, nothing. Let's go. Whale. Bam. 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 Well, missed it. That's it, man. That's it. And we have the orange charred ring. And what that does is basically prevent you from being damaged by lava, so we're going to equip it right now. Meanwhile, we look for items around this area. But be aware, if you're wearing the orange charred ring, walking around lava, you know, the damage, physical damage, greatly reduced, you know, when dealt by lava damage. But the problem is it will eat away your weapons and armor durability. So what I might do is, as soon as I find Sanctuary and the Demon's Ruins, or Light, or what's it called, Lost Iceland, I will equip my clothes. Or I might just, you know, open up a shortcut and Solar. Oh, we gotta see Solar. Oh, Solar's there. Yeah, basically I'm gonna open up the shortcut, kill the sunlight maggot,
After all
so
this
that I can
search,
prevent
I
Solar
still
from
cannot find it.
going hollow. I don't want him to go hollow. The guy's my homie, even though I'm not a sun bro. Level up. Get some consumables. Let's get our soul. And like I said, all I want to do is level up strength, vitality, endurance, and dex. Even though I have pyromancy, or I use pyromancy, level up intelligence. Supposedly, pyromancy scales with intelligence, but who knows? It might be just a pyromancy hand, you know, the little strike that he does. Striking damage from the pyromancy hand when you press R2 with the pyromancy hand equipped. I'm thinking that's what scales with intelligence. Because I also heard that humanity is what scales with pyromancy. Looks like we're done. As you can see, 240, 250 souls into repair. That tells you that this lava does away from your equipment. So stay away from the lava. You know, even if you have unequip your armor sets, if you're walking around, it's not going to really make much of a difference. Armor set can reduce lava damage even further. The good thing about the orange shard ring is make sure you go back at the bonfire right after killing Quaylak. And I don't mean the one at Quaylon's domain, where the firekeeper is, but the one right before fighting the ceaseless discharge. Go down after you kill him, and there's gonna be, I believe, the network waiting for you, and then another ring which boosts fire defense. but I really found it to be of use unless you're fighting somebody who's using pyromancy on PvP. But even then, it's using pyromancy. You see him attack. A lot of times pyromancers, they're very sneaky. They'll use the chaos storm. They will see you from far away. A doorway, and they'll anticipate the attack and time it to the point where as soon as you get there, it'll be too late for you to notice, and you end up being killed by the storm, the chaos storm. One of the things I hate about Dark Souls leveling system is the attunement. Attunement doesn't really do much. All it does is give you slots for soul, you know, like soul spreer and all the spells, but it doesn't really increase the effectiveness of them. Neither does it do anything as far as the animations are concerned with casting a spell. Sorcery sometimes because it takes such a long time to attack, and that's why I stay away. Miracles, yeah. Well, maybe the healing or homework stuff, but he doesn't really just get down and does his thing. But like other miracles, it's like he's left out in the open, especially when you're doing it seems like sorcery, pyromancy, basically for people who can read minds well, they're just really lucky, so that they can, do these spells and have hit them. Or the best thing people can do is the homing crystals. Homing crystals, homing orbs, dark orbs. Those are the only things that I think are feasible in PvP. I may be wrong, who knows? I have yet to face somebody in PvP. I mean, but most of the time I get my ass kicked in PvP regardless if they use sorcery or pyromancy or they use weapons. I think I just suck at PvP. And that's another thing I hate about Dark Souls is the fact that it becomes like a fishing game. Like, people come and they fish for backstab. You know what? I should go to human because I want to fight Darkstalker Kirk, and I want his equipment. I want his armor set. Reverse hollow. And I'm gonna kindle the flame. Let's kindle the flame. So I can get 10 assist flasks. Hopefully I'll be able to kill the bed of chaos on my first try. I'll be able to kill Kirk, I'll be able to kill Greylight's other crazy sister, and the bed of chaos. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I feel like my YouTube channel is like the most random thing ever, because it would be me like cursing, doing stupid stuff, or just like, things with me, with my girlfriend just hanging out, and then there's playing games, and then there's playing guitar, and then there's like music. Like, I'll post music from some of my favorite bands who I feel are unappreciated or underrated. Underappreciated, underrated, like they don't get a lot of exposure. Not a lot of people know about it. I listen to death metal, if you guys don't know. I listen to death metal and grindcore. It's one of the most underappreciated, underrated genres. Now, death metal and grindcore has been picking up in regards to popularity, but it's just not the same. It's not at the same caliber as some of these really underground death metal bands. These people who stay true, have that type of integrity to keep the death metal sound, but create something new, something more technical. So here we go, Darkstalker Curse. Oh, here we go. Here's your sister. Black Phantom Curve comes on. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? With that said, I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm getting change up to my gold helm thing, but I am, yeah, I should just leave it here. I gotta go back. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna leave it here, and I'll continue off and see if I can kill the Bed of Chaos with one run.